Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
Let us bow our heads and thank the Lord and Governor Mike DeWine that barbershops and beauty salons are finally open again. While we rightly salute the heroes among us, the healthcare professionals who are fighting the pandemic in the trenches, let us not forget other pros who are finally back in the game, the hair care professionals. If you have one who already lives with you, he or she is gold. You are good to go, or in your case, stay. However, if you're like me and don't have a live-in stylist at your place, it's possible you're just not ready yet to venture out and get a haircut at a place where the coronavirus might lurk near the cash register. Or perhaps your cutter or stylist shop is swamped and you can't get an appointment until mid-August. I considered going to the guy with a bar stool and a weed whacker in the alley 2 blocks over, but he was booked for 6 weeks. Time to ponder other options. Our only other alternative is to stay at home and cut our hair ourselves. If you're a person of the female persuasion, you must also color it yourself. Either way, if you've never done it before, there's a steep learning curve, as I discovered many years ago when I tried cutting my own hair. As a young buck with no money, as opposed to the old buck with no money I'd become, I decided to try cutting my own hair to save a little cash. Bad idea. It was the same faulty logic I had used after my first child was born. I purchased a case of disposable diapers I was convinced would keep my baby supplied for years if we only changed the disposable diaper once a month. After all, it said right there on the box, good for up to 25 pounds. Okay, I made that part up, just trying to lighten the mood. But it underscores the folly of making rash decisions with little forethought about the consequences. I drafted a plan of attack. Part 1, I would have my wife trim the hair on the back of my neck. Part 2, I would take the scissors to the rest of the mess on my head. Long story short, Part 1 went a lot better than Part 2. Once I started, I couldn't stop. Each snip created a new problem that had to be corrected somewhere else. Gouges abounded. My hair looked like the surface of the moon. Craters and crevices. That was not a good look for me. Finally, I could not bear to stare any longer at the alien peering back at me from the mirror. I had crop circles on my head. It looked like I'd gone to barber college on prank day for a haircut. I was Edward Scissorhands. I'd have been better off hiring the neighbor kid who mows the lawn. At least he cuts in straight lines. My wife, between smirks and guffaws, tried to console me. "It'll grow back," she said. "Eventually." Well, she was right, of course. But for weeks, she had to field concerned inquiries from friends and family. "Where's Tom? Is he sick?" "No, just hiding." If I were young and my hair was still dark brown, this hippie look I've got going might look cool. But I'm not, and it isn't, so it doesn't. Unfortunately, we must chalk up 2020 as the year of living slovenly. If you're keeping score at home, that's COVID-19, personal grooming, 0.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.